what's up, everybody? Welcome to I'm Just Saying, the show that always keeps it 100. Yo, so I'm Deville. I got a real special guest today. All right. This guy is cool. You know, he's an owner. He's a Bear fan all the way. I know he is. Musician, fantasy football player. Guys, please show some love for my man, JR.
What's up, Deville? How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm glad I got you in here today, bro. For real.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So, I know you're busy, man. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. So it's really good to actually catch you and hear your thoughts about fantasy and football, about your Bears, because I know you got a lot to talk about your Bears right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with them this year.
Yeah.
There's some reasons to be excited. We say that every year, though, right? Us Bears fans.
Yeah. Oh, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
So that's the Dallas Cowboy fans. Every year is their year.
I think Bears fans, they're like at the point right now, though, where like it feels like something's good, but we don't want to we don't want to get too excited because we've been let down. And this would be, man, if we get let down right now, it's gonna hurt.
But boy, oh boy, does Caleb look good though.
He does.
Man, he looks like a stud, bro.
You get some years under that too, that raw kind of talent to throw that ball. Shoot.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's not looking like my Giants, I can tell you that.
How about that trade? Looking at that trade now, like the amount of capital that Ryan Poles got and what players he's turned it into is insane.
Actually did a good job.
Yeah.
He did. He actually did a real good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I assume you're watching the Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. So what do you think of it?
Did you see the debacle this last Tuesday when they didn't release it on time?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking for some information online right afterwards, and I ended up on a Reddit post, and the amount of people that were talking about their night ruined, was hilarious.
That is funny though, because you're sitting there, you're like, "Where's the episode at?" Yeah, and they got it aired Wednesday, right? Is that Tuesday?
Well, so I was able to watch it at like 9:30 that night. What was weird though is I couldn't find it in the app, but I went to the last episode and I skipped to the next episode and it was there. It was totally weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So I'm dying to know, bro. So how did you get started with Pizzeria Deville, bro?
Well, I've done restaurants pretty much my whole life. That's always been my career. I'm pretty passionate about building team, working with people. That's really what's important to me about that position. And I've always wanted to own my own place. I've said it since I started in the restaurant business. And when I started getting into management, I knew that it's something that I wanted to do for myself. I mean, to be honest, the main thing I think that drove that is I got a lot of behind the scenes of what some of the financials look like when you own a lot of restaurants and some of the groups I worked in. And I always felt that my cut was pretty small compared to all the work I did. So I knew that I wanted to own my own place one day.
My man.
So, yeah, I mean, fate kind of put things in the door, which was kind of cool. Like I left Pizza Hut. I spent most of my career with Pizza Hut, like 23 years. I was a district manager of like Lake and McHenry County. And I felt like that company was kind of going down. I mean, I think everyone kind of knows Pizza Hut's took a dive this last decade, but I really felt it like being in the organization. Like I started in like 96. So when Pizza Hut was really cool, it was the place to go in town. And then I saw it change and I just wanted to do something different. So I left there, went to another spot, COVID kind of happened, so I got laid off because I wasn't there for a long time,
Right.
and I got to chill at home for a year, which was amazing to spend like a whole year off of work with my daughter, and kind of be trapped inside.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. So the fate part is the place I went to, there was a manager there that I'd worked with. He was actually the guy who let me go, not by his choice, but doing the
Yeah.
company's work. And he decided to leave that company and he went to Crumble Cookies. They were building out in Wisconsin, so they had one store in like Madison, and that was it. But they knew they had a contract to build like 12 stores. So he got hired on as a district manager there, and he invited me on to come help him open up some stores, starting with the Pleasant Prairie store. And he ended up leaving that company then and moving back to Utah. So I took over the whole market of Milwaukee, the Milwaukee part of it at least. And that's what I was doing recently. And then our local pizzeria, Pizzeria Deville in Libertyville downtown, that's been there for like 10 years. The owner wanted to call it quits and he closed down the restaurant. So I started inquiring about what was going on with it and made the decision to jump in. Yeah.
Nice.
Here we kind of are.
Nice, bro. That's nice.
Yeah, it was
That's
fun.
cool though, bro. That really is, man. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
For real. I wish I would have had some pizza right now, but so
Yeah, we got our pizza is fire. It's different.
yeah.
Like I like to say that we're in a sea of great pizza.
Mhm.
Every corner has a great pizzeria in this area, all the way throughout the whole city, right? South of the city to north of the city, all the way up here. But they're all Chicago pizzas. They're all taverns, whatever you want to call them. Chicago thin crust is what we would call it, right? And
Yeah.
then, or deep dish, or variation of those two. So what I think is different about us is that, we bring more of an East Coast traditional, even, European style pizza where really it's about the quality and, the steps that you take with the dough to make it airy and fluffy and light and crispy, to taking, Italian tomatoes, and never cooking them before and just making the sauce from scratch out of those tomatoes. And we even make our own Italian sausage. So, we
What?
get fresh cuts of meats in for all our meatballs,
They grind
all
them
that
up.
stuff. And we grind them up and season them ourselves, cook them in a wood
Man.
fire oven ahead of time, Yeah, it's
Now,
fun.
yeah, that fire oven. Not everybody still use those old brick fire ovens, right?
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone uses those conveyor belts or
Yeah.
like a deck oven, um, which those are nice. They serve a purpose. They're definitely easier to use than a wood fire
Mhm.
oven. Wood fire ovens are, they got a mind of their own. If you think about a campfire,
Right.
how big or small is it? And you have to be like a craftsman when you're watching those pizzas because if the temperature's higher or where it's at in the oven is totally different.
Yeah, and you
Every
can
single
burn it
pizza.
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the taste got to be a little bit better though, right?
Oh yeah, you get that smoky
Smoky
flavor.
taste. Yeah.
And I think the texture is different too, because any other oven, like any of those deck ovens, that's why when you go to a place around here, even a thin crust takes like 20 minutes to cook.
Mhm.
So I can cook a pizza as quick as like 90 seconds,
Wow.
or take as long as like 3.5 minutes. And that's probably the sweet spot, the little bit longer, where you get more crisp
Yeah.
on the outside. But all that stuff kind of changes the pizza a little bit. So yeah, it's interesting.
I just learned a fun fact about pizza right now, people. Do you get
And
what
then
see? That's what y'all getting from JR, man. Y'all getting authentic pizza, bro. All right.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're a sports podcast, man. And he's got a pizzeria. Y'all, please make sure y'all check him out. All right. Definitely good pizza for sure. So let's go straight into the sports, bro. That was a great
Let's
story.
do it.
Yeah. But so as a Bear fan, what are your expectations for the Bears this season?
I want to see us at least make the playoffs and take a run. I'm not going to expect that Caleb can go in and win a Super Bowl, but
Not yet.
I love to see them compete, man. We need to see them compete.
Yes.
It's been hard being a Bears fan. It's really hard to get. I'm excited, but man, Mitch Trubisky excited me. Jay Cutler excited me. Justin Fields excited me.
Right.
And so you get a little. It's almost like if you had a girl that cheated on you a couple times, right? You're like, I don't know.
Right.
You're trying to be faithful now.
Right. Good analogy. Right. All right. But I think one thing the Bears have a better team than the Giants. But the one thing we have in common is our rival. Okay? So your rival is Green Bay. Our rival is Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas beats us all the fucking time. Like all the time. And, Green Bay kind of got your guys' number too.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, for an expectation, if I was the Bears, I would just want them to beat Green Bay at least one time.
At least split, right?
Split. Just beat them once. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if we beat Dallas, you don't know how bittersweet that's like winning a playoff game to me, man. You know? And then I think y'all play on week 11? Green Bay?
Well, is that in Green Bay or is that in Chicago?
It's in Chicago.
Okay. I like to beat them the first time. Like, I think it'd be sweeter to beat them in Lambeau. Like, so they're not like
that would be
home field advantage and all that stuff,
But still take that win.
Yeah.
That's like a good one. I think you could build off of that one. You just beat and deflate your division rival.
Absolutely.
I like that. For sure.
I do too.
Yeah, so my expectation is like, y'all play him around week 11. Caleb has some time to gel with the guys. Might even get some momentum going because a couple of games before there, it's pretty light. Like, I think y'all got a pretty light schedule going into Green Bay. And I think you got some winnable ones.
The first half of the season, I think the only really hard team that we're playing is Texas.
Yeah, or the Texans. Because after that, it's like, ugh. So he can actually. Go ahead.
What's crazy about football that I realized was how close the teams are. Even the bad teams, like it's like a couple pieces change and you see like a team change. So. You really hope that all the changes that the Bears made is like a multitude of that, So you really hope that they could turn that into something,
Oh yeah,
I think that's when that coaching comes, is a big part of that next step.
Yeah. So your guys' schedule, y'all open off against the Titans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then you play the Texans, and then you got the Colts, you got the Rams, Panthers, Jaguars, Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots, then Packers. So it's like, I think if y'all get something going with the Patriots, Cardinals, and Commanders, then you go to the Packers, that's a winnable game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Beat the Packers, then you got the Vikings. You got a gauntlet after that, though. You got the Vikings, Lions, Niners, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. Woo. It's a gauntlet at the end.
Man, last year, though, there was a couple times that the Bears kind of made the Lions look a little sus, though. So
yeah.
So I don't know. Those are all pretty doable games,
They are doable.
And the defense, man. The Bears' defense is just.
The Bears' defense is good.
Yeah. I mean, they look. I mean, even in these preseason games, they look good.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't want to count preseason, but preseason counts.
Yeah.
In some aspects, it counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so in the NFC North, who do you believe is the best QB?
Right now, I think it's Love for sure. I think he's the man right now of the North. I mean, we have a lot to prove before a lot of quarterbacks. All the other quarterbacks have something to prove over him right now. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. Even Goff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goff's had some time, and he don't look like Love. So
Yeah. No.
who has the
So
most upside though out of the North though?
the most
We know that
upside.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
well,
has
we know.
yeah.
Yeah, Bears definitely have the most upside. It was bad what happened to JJ McCarthy,
Yeah.
being out for the whole season because that looked promising. That looked like that was going to be pretty good. I mean,
Was it
now you got to worry about Sam Darnold. That's yeah, nah.
wasn't that the plan the whole time? Is that he was going to sit anyways? You know, it seems like
He was.
that's what it would be.
Well, we
Yeah.
all know he wasn't going to sit behind.
Right. Maybe it's good for him though. Learn the system a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. But I think a lot of the league and stuff has changed from like how it used to be. Like I would say even like 4 or 5 years ago, like a lot of these quarterbacks are coming out ready.
Oh
Like
yeah.
these guys are slanging it.
Yeah.
Like I think ever since 2020, like these guys have been like legit.
You think the money changed it?
I think money has a lot to do with it because these
Right.
guys are making so much money.
Yeah.
So now
Well,
everybody's ready.
you get that money, you get resources, right? To pump back in, you start investing in yourself.
Exactly. And social
Yeah.
media, so it's branding, it's a whole bunch. So you getting your money from your contract, and you probably won't even have to touch your money from your contract because you're getting money from endorsements
Yeah. Yeah.
and everything else. Yeah, so build your own brand on social media and ball out in the NFL. Like all these receivers, like look, like these receivers are nuts. Every year, there's like a good 4 of them.
Oh
It
yeah.
used to be rare back in the day when we used to watch. It was rare, and it took development. They probably didn't get hot like after like 3 years.
Absolutely. I wonder changing the game a little bit if that has an impact with it. You know,
Oh
where they're
yeah,
making it
probably.
more offensive heavy,
It is offensive heavy. Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
fun. I mean, we get a lot more touchdowns. You know.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're a defensive guy, that would suck because
Yeah.
that's your
Right.
bread and butter. That's how you make money. So it's like, how do you know I'm really, really good if I can't lay hands on somebody? No.
I guess you kind of see it in their coverage, though, right? That's why you get more technical guys now on a defense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. You got a point there. But that's just me, like, even with basketball. I know I'm going off. But, like, with me in basketball, it's like, it's more of a European game. And I think it's taking a lot of the Americans out of it because now you got to jump up vertically to try to contest a shot. Like, come on. We're human. Sometimes you're going to lean over, go forward a little bit with your arms.
Yeah.
And that's a foul.
So I don't watch it. I don't watch basketball. So tell me about that. What changed there?
So, like now, let's say you're trying to go up for a layup. And if
Okay.
you go up for the layup and somebody tries to contest your layup, they have to have both their arms straight up to the sky. 90 degrees, straight
Okay.
up. Straight up.
So you can just go on the
If
side
you
of them.
slant 70 or anything, yeah, it's a foul.
What?
It's, yeah. You're
But not even
like,
touching someone, you're getting a foul.
you're getting a foul,
Yeah.
for real.
Oh, that sounds weird.
It is weird. And that's not how basketball started. Basketball
No.
was very physical. And it is physical because it's still body contact. It's still collisions. It's still
Yeah.
physical. So now you're trying to make people do the same thing, like step away, step to the side. You can't swat. They can't swat down. They can only pat like that. It's So there's a lot of fouls. There's a lot of scoring because now too everybody always do the side step. The Euros. They're going around them now because they're just standing like this. So they just going around them, and it's just certain things they're taking away from the game.
Yeah.
And that's why they're getting more European stars in basketball. That's why you're getting like a lot of Luka Doncic and Jokic and Giannis and all these guys. Giannis is true though. He actually plays good defense and stuff. But a lot of those guys, they don't even play defense.
What advantage do they have? Why are they stars? Oh,
They're stars, yeah, for the offense, the footwork, the ability to pass and shoot very well. And, they know how to manipulate the foul calls.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like they're talented, but I think in the era of early 2000s basketball, they wouldn't make it. Before they got all these new rules with the hand checking and everything.
Not to go too far off topic, well, maybe this like way off topic, but did you happen to see the flag football that the NFL did here at the beginning of the summer?
No, I didn't see it. Tell me about it.
It was actually pretty fire. It was good, yeah. So, I mean, it was all like young kids playing, but the way that they had set up was they had a rusher, and he set back like 15 yards or something like that, and he rushes in, and so it's all quick plays, it just shocked me how like exciting it was, So it was either you're going to get them short or get them long, so it was really exciting football.
Yeah.
And even shedding tackles is like, hey, can I be quick enough and agile enough for someone not to take my flag?
Yeah,
so
that's
true.
It
was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I guess that reminded me because we're talking about those sports changing, and there's always that like how much is football going to change? But I was kind of surprised how cool flag football was.
So, what do you think of the new kickoff rules?
I don't know. I play Madden online, Madden the game,
Yeah.
So I just got 25, and that all changed in there. So I guess playing it got me a little bit more of a feel for it. I haven't seen it. They said there's going to be more breakaway plays, but I just don't see it. I don't see it online. I don't see it in the preseason so far. So
your Hall of Fame, your Hall of Famer inductee guy, Devin Hester, he would have had a field day with this new rule.
You think so?
Oh yeah, because the thing is, once they kick it off, right? They're not really running until like the ball is like halfway in the air.
Yeah.
So it's like it's less momentum and stuff. These guys are coming in at him. Devin Hester would swerve everybody.
I feel that he used that momentum against them, though.
True.
So we'll see, because there's some good. No one's Devin Hester, but there's some good returners right now. So we gotta actually see some. I gotta see some evidence. I gotta see it.
I've seen a couple of runs that would look pretty promising. Like I've seen them guys break out, get like 50 yards, then get tackled. Cool. I've seen a couple of those in preseason games. But I know your boy Devin Hester would have went nuts.
Right?
Nuts.
It'd be a fun thing to see.
Yeah, y'all way back there and I'm running. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. He was too good in open field, man. He would have made him pay. Big time.
Him opening up that Super Bowl with that run?
Yeah.
Man.
The guy was
nuts. We get disappointed. How you start a Super Bowl like that, but then finish it losing?
Yeah, that's rough. That was rough. Yeah, that was against Peyton and them, right?
Oh yeah.
But don't worry, the Giants won the next following year. We did it for you guys, man. All right. Huh?
What's your thoughts on Barkley leaving? Saquon? Would you have paid him? Would you prefer him to stay, or what do you think?
You gotta be right there, because I'm trying not to rant. I'm having a good Sunday morning, guys. I'm trying not to be an a-hole. I woke up in a good mood, But to talk about the Giants, it just gets the blood blowing. I'm black and I just turned red. Swear to God. Bro. All right. They signed the wrong guy. We all know they signed the wrong guy. And Daniel Jones proved it already for 6 years. And he looks no different already. He's throwing out of his own end zone, throwing a pick six. I don't care. That's not rust. That's just you're a bad fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? In your own hands, like, throw it away. You
Yeah.
see, like, all right, a guy's on your ankle. Throw the ball away. Like, what are you doing? Why would you throw it to the one? He stared the guy down that he was going to throw the ball to. Stared him down. It's,
How do they fix that now? The situation they're in. How many years they got on his contract?
one more year, really. They could get out of it this year. After this year.
He gone.
Oh, he's out of here. He knows it.
Yeah.
And Dayball played him the whole half yesterday. Played him the whole half. Because he was that damn atrocious, man. He threw 2 interceptions on both drives. It was just horrible. I mean, God. Dang it.
I think Bajan is better than him.
Bro, yes. I think our Tommy DeVito should be starting.
Yeah.
You know, we got Drew Lock. I think all of these guys can compete against Daniel Jones, man. He is really that bad.
He is.
He really is. He's really, really bad, man. And it's not getting any better. So I root for Saquon. To go back to the question, I root for Saquon over there for Philly. I hope he does well. You know, just not good when he plays against us.
Yeah.
But I'm rooting for him to have some type of success, you know, for sure. He deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
And just like the Bears, for Hard Knocks, when they called DJ Moore up and was like, hey, you know, you've been great. You've done everything we asked. You know, we feel that you should get a contract extension, you know, pay him more money. Treat your players, your superstars, good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Saquon was our superstar. And you didn't treat him well. You offered him just being a giant Hall of Famer. You know, it's like, come on, bro. Pay that man and let him be a Hall of Famer.
You feel like he might have some injury concerns?
Yes, he does. Because we tore him up with our bad O-line and shit, and he was our only offense.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of backlash for this because when I say the name, people just be like, what? What are you talking about? But just hear me out. So, like, Christian McCaffrey was on the Panthers when he first started. He was the only offense on the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Only
Even
offense.
worse than the Saquon situation.
Right. Right. Got a new leash on life. Went to San Francisco, rejuvenated, and he looks great.
Yeah.
You know? Because he was like a single player. He was really the only superstar on the team. Saquon was our only superstar on the team. The only one. Now he's going to a better team. Better everything. I think he's going to...
It's kind of scary, actually, Saquon with...
Yeah.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, I think he's going to do very, very well. I think he's going to have a Christian McCaffrey-esque type of season. Now, I'm not saying I know Christian McCaffrey's better. We know. But I'm just saying he can do that too for Philly. He's a pass-catching guy.
I mean, he's been better outside of that situation. Would you say he was better at Carolina than Saquon at the Giants? I mean, if you put the whole thing together?
I mean,
maybe injuries aside, you know?
Because they both were getting injured like crazy.
Yeah.
Back then.
But I mean, if you think about 3 years ago, it was always a toss-up, right, between the two. Like, who you taking in fantasy first overall in 2021, 2022?
Right.
It was either one of those two. I mean, most of the time it was Saquon, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
So we say that about CMC, but now that he's out of Panthers, we know that he could do more. So maybe you're right, you know? Maybe he'll do better than CMC. I mean, he's almost in a better situation, right? I mean,
he really is.
The Niners are awesome, but I mean, they make Purdy look good, you know. But
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
but Jalen's the real deal.
Jalen's the real deal, and they don't really need Jalen for the tush push.
Yeah,
Saquon squatting too.
I've been sleeping on Philly. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together about Saquon being on that team.
I'm telling you, I think it's going to be fireworks. I know a lot of people are like, well, he's got a lot of targets. Devontae Smith got to eat. AJ Brown has to eat.
You guys play him
Dallas
this
Goedert.
year? You guys play him this year? Because I'm glad the
Yeah.
Bears don't play him this year.
I
Then.
know. Yeah, we play him twice every year.
Yeah,
We play the Eagles. So we're going to lose. Well, we beat them last year at the end, the season-ending game. But the Eagles were not the same. I don't know what happened to the Eagles right there. I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen again. And we're bad. If Daniel Jones keeps throwing to the other team, bro, it's ugly. My Giants are straight doo-doo, man. We are bad at quarterback. Everything else is not that bad. Our defense is really good.
I feel like you got a good coach. So is the GM?
We have a great coach.
I mean, it's the GM that screwed up the Daniel. Is it the same GM that extended Daniel Jones?
Yeah, they got Jones. Yeah, that got Joe Shane. I mean, I don't hate Joe Shane. I know everybody's thirsty for a quarterback because everybody knows the only way you're going to compete and maybe win is have a quarterback. But they made the wrong signing with Daniel Jones, man. It was just a bad thing, man. And they went off the playoffs. He had a mediocre season that season when he went to the playoffs. He only had 17 passing touchdowns, and the rest were rushing. So I think he had like a total of 22 touchdowns. And that's like middle of the pack. But his interceptions were down. I think he only threw like 5 or 6 interceptions that year.
Yeah.
So, and no fumbles.
He's a little underrated on his running a little bit. Yeah. He surprised me a couple times. He doesn't seem like the running back or the running quarterback type.
I know.
It's like thinking Tom Brady was going to do it or something.
Yeah. For sure. All right, so I got one more. We're going to keep it going with Bears. So after seeing Caleb Williams, these 2 preseason games, does Caleb look like an NFL-ready quarterback?
I'd have to say no, but I don't think he's far off from it. And the reason I say no, though, is I don't believe that any college player is ready until you get in there. So is he going to be one that rebounds really quickly and kind of gets into it? I think so. I mean, what I liked about these last couple of games, this especially this game this weekend against Cincinnati, was how he had that first quarter where he pretty much didn't produce anything, and he turned it up. He didn't let that shit bother him at all, and he just went for it, and he was himself. A big question that people had was, can he do what he did in college in the NFL? And what we've seen so far is that the answer is absolutely yes, he can. At that game pace, he could make some of those throws that no one else is making, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And before you get heat for your take, I understand what you're saying. Because a lot of people are like, he's not quarterback ready. What do you mean? What he's saying, too, I know what you're saying. It's the same thing with C.J. Stroud. Like, he had bumps and stuff in the beginning, and he had hiccups, and then all of a sudden, once he got it and started clicking, that's when the big explosive plays and stuff started happening. So it's like it's a marathon, not a sprint. And football's hard. A lot of people think you just go out there, throw the ball, and that's it. But there's millions and millions of dollars on the line here, and these guys are doing it to support their families and stuff like that. These defenders, the coaches, they're going to scheme you up. They're going to look for your weaknesses. They're going to throw different blitzes and stuff at you that you haven't seen in college. So he's going to have to
say how much faster it is. You can tell just by watching those college games how much more time they have, how much there's a lack of a talent on the field. Whether there's some of the best, there's some of the not so best that ain't going to make the NFL at all. But they're starters,
Mm-hmm. And I think one rule too that they got for like the wide receivers and stuff in college, I think the NFL, they did this to try to like keep the veterans over the rookies. But the 1 foot in is a touchdown or catch in college. Where in NFL you got to have 2 feet down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like little things like that. So like when he was playing for college, he could throw the ball a certain type of way to where it's like, all right, my receiver, all he has to do is get a foot down, and it's a catch. You know what I mean? Where NFL is totally different. You can't throw it that way because it'll probably be an overthrow and it'll be out of bounds. You know what I mean? So it's like little stuff like that you probably wouldn't even think. But it's like, yeah, that's an adjustment.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Where he could just throw it and just like, all he got to do is just reach out, grab it with 1 foot. He ain't got to worry about the other foot. It's little stuff like that, bro. I don't know. I think I'm just weird. I just think about stuff like that.
So I got to admit this about Caleb Williams. When before we drafted him, I wasn't a fan of this situation. So I was afraid that he was going to bring, like DJ Moore said in that interview, it's like you got to leave that Hollywood over there,
Yeah.
But I think he surprised me in that aspect so far. I think he's been professional, and
yes,
his work ethic is already showing through.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can say that he changed me around a little bit there. So yeah. I was a little bit of a doubter at the beginning.
So, which team is winning in the NFC North? Which team is winning the whole NFC North?
Damn.
I know that's a hard one.
I got to will it in the universe and say the Bears are going to win.
You got to. You got to. But your guys' division is tough. Yeah, and that's a debate for anybody.
Crazy.
Because of Sam Darnold, all right, 4 is the Vikings. I'm sorry. I can't take Sam Darnold seriously at all. It's tight between you 3. It's tight.
Yeah.
Detroit, they're the team to beat right now. And Green Bay is the team to beat right now too, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Man, I don't know why when you see Green Bay on paper, it doesn't even seem that exciting. Like they don't have a superstar wide receiver. I get it. Like they got some young guys that can play.
Jaden Reed is that kid is. I think he's better than Christian Watson. Yeah. I like Jaden Reed. He's really good.
Yeah.
Romeo Doubs is okay. He's stepping up too. But they're a pretty solid team. And now they got what's his name as the running back? Jacobs.
Yeah.
And they got Xavier McKinney as the safety from the Giants. He's a stud.
I would have kept Jones over Jacobson.
He's old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. He's in that Alvin Kamara thing.
How many times has Aaron Jones been like the key to them winning though?
Oh, a lot.
Him out of the backfield. It's not always his running, right? It was what he could do with his hands, and I don't think Jacobson's going to have that.
But he's younger.
Yeah, and I'd say he could bang through the tackles more.
He can.
But who's their backup? I'm surprised he's not taking over. Who's their other running back? Yeah, AJ Dillon. Yeah,
I think he signed with someone else. I don't think he's still there. No,
I'm
thinking of the wrong guy. No, I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking of the guy that was on the Chargers. My bad.
Well, you got 2 guys that are the same now, right? There's not even really a change up. They're kind of the same.
I mean, he can pass catch, but you got to understand too that he was on the Raiders.
Yeah, true.
Jimmy Garoppolo was his quarterback for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Jones kind of has the physical makeup of kind of in between a running back and a receiver, as Jacobson's really, So I think there's a little bit. Yeah, you could you could still catch a pass out of the backfield, but are you going to have the
dynamic
maneuver and all that?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Agility.
Sure. Yeah, but Brandon Jacobs is a really good running back, though. He's a really, really good running back. And I mean, even on the badass Raiders, he always had over 1,000 rushing yards.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, I think they're fine with that one. I think that was a good pick. Aaron Jones is getting older now, you know, like him, Alvin Kamara, and Austin Eckler, all these guys. It's
I hope he tears them up on the Vikings.
Yeah, everybody goes to the rival. It seems like rivals
Yeah.
always want the other team's good. I guess.
Yeah. But I think those guys, when you play a rival, right, you want to win that game. You play extra hard that game.
Yeah, for sure. So, what's your Super Bowl prediction for this year? I know it's so early to tell, but it's fun to talk about.
I mean, if I was like a Vegas betting man, I'd probably go with the Chiefs again.
Yeah, Chiefs and who?
That's
where it's
a good
tough.
one.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it's the 49ers again.
You don't think it's a repeat?
No, I don't think
so either. But yeah.
And the Bills are definitely not going to beat the Chiefs. I think that we might see a downturn on them a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the Chiefs for AFC.
Man, what about Joe Cool? Don't forget about Joe Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. A healthy Joe Cool? That's a dangerous man.
For the NFC, I'm not 100% sure who I got the NFC yet.
I know the NFC is
what's kind of nice is that the NFC is really up and coming. It wasn't the case like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I know this is tough. Well, I'll do it for you.
Okay, let's hear.
I'm gonna say Kansas City. I think they're gonna go back again, and they're gonna play Detroit.
Really? You think Detroit's taking it?
I think Detroit's going to go. They almost had it last year.
Yeah. You crazy enough is the reason I think Detroit is sus is because when we played them.
They're Detroit. That's why.
Yeah.
And then too, you guys are division rivals. Y'all know each other.
Yeah.
So that's Justin like Washington always plays the Eagles super hard.
Yeah. True. That's true.
Yeah, because you just know each other.
I feel like we could beat Detroit with Justin Fields, but I don't feel like we could beat Green Bay with Justin Fields. Right. So that's what makes that hard. Like, I feel like if I was going to pick one of those two to go, I would say that Green Bay takes it.
That's not a bad one. Ooh, I know that had to hurt though, but yeah,
I know it does.
Right. Every time I got to give Dallas props, it hurts.
Yeah. Well, if we could think through, man, could you imagine if Caleb Williams takes it and beats, or at least goes against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
Nuts. That would be nuts. One thing about Chicago, I don't know if you knew this. I'm born and raised in New Jersey. Okay. And lived in New York for a little bit. Matt Nicky came out this way, and shout out to Round Lake. But so once I came out this way, freaking Bear fans are legit.
Yeah. They go hard.
Y'all are passionate about your team. Dog. The fan base is real. Like it's a large fan base. And when y'all start winning and you see, like, you go to the playoffs, you look in the audience, you'll be shocked. No matter where you go, how many Bear fans you'll see. Like, it's a lot. Because, the organization is old. So, just like the Giants and, Green Bay's old too. You guys got, like, a lot of fans. Like, a lot of fans. So, you guys go into the playoffs and you actually winning. Let's say not even the Super Bowl. Let's say you just make it to like the second round. It's nuts.
It'd be huge.
It's gonna be nuts. Let's say you squeak in as a wild card and you win the first one on the road. And let's say it's probably against like Tampa Bay. Oh man. Dude. Chicago's gonna go nuts. Chicago's gonna go ape shit. And then you'll see at like if they're at Tampa Bay or if it's the Saints or something, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, look at all the Bear fans in blue and orange. Oh, I'm telling you.
They're
It's gonna be nuts.
everywhere. Just like
They're
kind of
everywhere.
Green Bay, the same. I think
Yeah.
some of that's generational, right?
Yeah, because you guys been around for so long.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts though. That'd be nuts to see y'all go.
My family is traditionally Packer fans. Everybody in my family is a Packer fan,
I know.
except for me. So, well, I grew up when I was a kid. My first football experience was I was born in 1977, so I was 8 in 1985, and I got to watch the Bears take that whole season as a kid with my dad.
Mhm.
And so there was no way I was ever going to be anything else of a fan.
Right.
So,
Right. It's funny too how like when you as a kid, certain things like we had a topic and I asked like, start, sit, and cut. So it was T.O., Jerry Rice, and I forgot who I do, and Randy Moss as a start, sit, cut. I'm like, so who would you start? Who would you sit? Who you would cut? And for me, I was like, this guy got me into football. So I'm like, for me, my go of wide receivers is Terrell Owens. So for me, it's Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice, and then I'll just cut Randy Moss. You don't know how much heat I got for that. Jerry Rice is the best. I'm like, yo, I know he is a GOAT. I'm like, but you got to understand, my age and what made me start watching football was Terrell Owens. 49er Terrell Owens. Like that's what got me really into it. Yeah. So since I'm talking about it, who would you pick?
Out of those?
Yeah.
I would actually say my first thought was Moss would be my keep.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So you
I
would
think
start
he just
Moss?
win games. Yeah, I would start him.
And who
then
would
I
you
would
bench?
probably I would probably so it was bench and cut.
Yeah, bench and cut.
I would probably then bench Rice and then cut Owens.
Oh, no love for pom T.O. Get your pom-poms ready, huh? Nah, it's all good. That's not bad. That hurt though. Hurt. See, no more T.O.
Man, all of them are so great though.
They all were great, bro.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it either way. Whoever you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into our fantasy football talk. All right.
Let's do it.
So JR, you're picking first. All right. And it's a full PPR 10 team, 1 QB league.
Okay.
All right. So out of those, full PPR, who are you taking first? Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, or Tyreek Hill?
None of them.
None
of those guys. Here's well, CD. I there's no way I'm taking a first overall pick that's hurt, right?
No.
CMC's questionable, Lamb's questionable, doubtful. Tyreek Hill, didn't he just tear his hamstring like yesterday?
Yeah.
Or the day before?
Yeah.
Jefferson, who's throwing to him? Sam Darnold. I gotta. Chase is questionable. I gotta go with St. Brown or Breece Hall or Robinson. Those would be, to me, those are my top 4 this year.
Talk about shake up the room. My man JR ain't holding back. Y'all ain't gonna get this here on I'm Just Saying. So, Breece Hall kind of makes sense because it's full PPR. And if Christian McCaffrey is actually hurt, even if you go him, Bijan Robinson, or what's his name? I really like Gibbs.
Kirk Cousins, man. He's gonna be throwing to the running back. He's
Yeah.
gonna be checked
Yeah,
down.
he is.
And if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not picking I never pick a wide receiver
First
overall. Right. I'm picking a running back. So I'm probably going with, man, Hall might be the guy. I don't know. That's tough between those two. I might actually have to say Robinson might be first,
I
just
might
because
have
of
to
his
go
situation.
Bijan.
Yeah.
But, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, he might be checking it down too.
Yeah,
He hasn't played on that damn ACL either.
Is he starting? Is he going to start this year? You think he's going to? Yeah, he has to, right?
Oh, yeah, he's starting for sure. Robert Saleh's life is on the line right now this season.
Before Breece Hall got injured, he looked good.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah,
he's real good.
Man, that is a tough one. But I got to say that I'm passing all those other people up for sure. So I would, man, it's hard to say no to JJ though. But I just don't know with Sam Darnold there.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
And I think that
they're going to force feed him. Like, Sam Darnold's going to have to because he's Justin Jefferson. So it's like he might get a lot of receptions, but I don't know if the yards and the touchdowns will be there.
You know who I would be saltier than peanut if I was a Bengals fan too. They got all them pieces, but they ain't got no line. And man, do they just drop the ball like crazy?
Yeah.
I would not be happy if I was a fan of their team.
No. No. Man. No, this morning the Vikings, they signed Stephon Gilmore.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 year, $10 million. Yeah. I think it said it was $7 million too, guaranteed.
You know what I love about football?
What's that?
I love the shakeup on the teams because it's like every year something crazy happens that just shakes everything up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part, right?
Yes, it is.
It gets you excited. Like every year, I'm like, oh, this is going to be the crazy football this year. I mean, how do they do that to us every fucking year?
So, Justin, see now, the more you're talking, I got another question for you.
Okay.
You're giving me all this material. All right. So I don't want to hold you too long, but forget. I just forgot what I was about to say. I just had it and I just went. All right. So who do you think could possibly break out? What team can actually break out? Like, it would be a dark horse team, a team that nobody sees coming that can actually make the playoffs.
That's a good question. I mean, I'd almost say the Bears, but people are already kind of pointing that out.
Yeah, they're not really a dark horse.
Yeah,
they're not a dark horse.
That's a good question. Let me think if there's one that really stands out for me. Let me go through them in my head real quick. Not Tennessee, that's for sure.
If it was me?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'd say Seattle.
Okay.
That's a dark horse.
Wait, who's their quarterback right now?
Geno.
Okay.
Geno Smith.
Well, they just lost everyone in their head office too, right? So what makes you say that?
Well, one, their defense is legit.
Yeah.
Their defense is really, really good. In their division, who's in their division? And then there's the Niners. Then the Seattle. Oh, I'm drawing a blank, bro. Why am I drawing a blank?
Is LA in their division?
Yeah. Yeah, the Rams. And I'm forgetting somebody else. Damn, the Rams could do pretty damn good too, though. But Puka Nacua was hurt. Damn, why am I drawing a blank? Wow.
Is it the Raiders too?
No, Raiders, they're they AFC. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. And Arizona. My bad. Arizona.
We're talking about Super Bowl. We're talking about Super Bowl, right?
No, just playoffs.
Playoffs.
Just playoffs.
I was going to say that I think the Texans are going to surprise some people, but they're going to make the playoffs. So. Yeah, so that's not really a dark horse.
Yeah, that's not a dark horse.
I don't know if there's a really dark horse team. Maybe Seattle's the best of those, but man, the teams that suck are kind of suck.
But Arizona, let's hear it out. They got Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
They got Trey McBride, their tight end. He's really good.
He is.
James Conner, he's good when healthy. He always gets hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know about their defense, though. I know the offense did better. I don't know about the defense, though. And I think the
I
Seahawks
don't
are
know
better
about
than
Kyler Gordon. Kyler, though.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler
Yeah, I
Murray.
know.
I'm
not a
not
big
sure if
fan of him either.
Yeah.
Little miney mouth.
Yeah. It's not even that, man. I love watching him play because he is a small guy. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of cool, and I want him to do well. But I just feel like he's a little, I don't know, something about his attitude doesn't feel right to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so I don't know. So for me, yeah, I think Seattle could be a dark horse team.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Or you could say Atlanta. No, but would they really be a dark horse?
Yeah, I would actually say that would be a good candidate, right? Actually, that's probably the best one.
Yeah. Rejuvenate Pitts.
Yeah.
See what he can really do with a real quarterback. Yeah.
I mean, they got some weapons, right? They got
Drake London.
They got London.
Yeah, I like Drake London. Bijan.
Yeah.
Tyler Algier.
If Cousin gets hurt, maybe we see Pence out there.
Yeah. I know the Giants are saying, man, we probably should have took him instead of getting Neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's a different topic for a different day.
So would you sit Daniel Jones?
Oh yeah.
Back to his ass, yeah.
I would sit the hell out of Daniel Jones for Tommy DeVito.
Are they a dark horse then? If he's starting?
No, we ain't winning nothing.
You got Neighbors. You got some weapons on the Giants, right?
Blew money on Waller. He just took the money and left, literally.
Yeah. But did he retire?
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So he took the money and just left.
Yeah, I took him in fantasy last year.
Me too.
It was a steal.
All right. I thought So I can't bank on the Giants for nothing. I'm sorry. I got no faith in Daniel at all. Offensively, none. If I'm in like an IDP league or something, I would go Giants, I'll go Brian Burns or something like that. Or Dexter Lawrence. But I'm not. I ain't fucking with the offense, bro. I can't do it.
How many fantasy leagues are you in?
So right now I'm only in 2, bro.
2? Oh, wow.
Yeah, one is the free one with my kids that I do. All their friends and stuff. They're in the fantasy league. And then my work league. That's it. I had to cut it back.
Yeah. How many?
What's the
most you ever had?
The most I've ever had was probably about I think at one time I did 9.
Yeah.
That was on Yahoo. Yeah. I was going nuts on Yahoo. I was actually winning on Yahoo. But now I can't. I was only doing the $25 league, $30 league or something like that.
Yeah.
I kept joining it. I had 5 of those. And I would win.
Not
all
nice
of them. I think I won 4.
Yahoo, you can make the payments and get paid out right on the app.
Right on it.
I don't know how all of them don't do that.
I know. It totally makes sense, right?
Oh yeah. My favorite app, fantasy football app, is Sleeper though.
I like Sleeper.
Yeah.
I like Sleeper. I like the authentic, the old school draft board look. I like it. Yeah, I like Sleeper.
A lot of cool options for Dynasty. That it's ideal by far, the most ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got my fantasy leagues as well. I got 2 on Sleeper and a Yahoo, and then one that'll be on NFL. That's a free one. My buddy's free league. Man, that one is insane. Not because so every other league I'm in is really good players, and that one, since it's a free one, it's my buddy and his friends. I compete every single year, but there's some of the most ridiculous, getting a punter in the 6th round, or not a punter, a kicker in the 6th round. I've seen a defense go in the 3rd round. What the hell?
You're talking about. Used to be shocked by some of those picks. You're like, what, really?
Oh,
all right.
The craziest thing I've ever seen, though, is I've seen some of those teams actually compete and go to the playoffs. So it's like, what the hell? How did you get some of that shit right?
Dude, one of our leagues last year, a guy messed up I guess he said he messed up, but he had him on a queue, and he drafted Jordan Love first overall.
Oh, wow.
That was hilarious. Huh?
How'd he do?
Oh, he was like bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drafted Jordan Love in the first. I mean, he was good to get Jordan Love, but Jordan Love didn't really pick up towards the end of the season. So it was like,
So
then he dropped him, then picked him back up. It was horrendous.
That is. Drop him.
You're gonna drop your first overall, pick him back up. It was funny because we're doing a draft, and the guy who picked after him was like, "Wow, I didn't think Christian McCaffrey would fall to me. I'm gonna take him." He was like, "I was about to pick Justin Jefferson, but now." That was funny though. And that guy wound up going like deep in the playoffs too.
I was horrendous last year, so I had a down year, but
I was horrible.
Yeah. I won our money local league, the one you were in before. I won it 3 years in a row before that.
Damn, what's Art doing over there, bro?
Yeah, I mean, he competes every year. He competes.
That's just taking a shot, just in case he decides to listen.
I love that though, man. I feel like you don't get many runs like that in fantasy. Like if that's not something that impress girls, but they should be impressed, right?
Yeah, I know. You're basically a GM. You know, you don't get no credit. That should be sexy. No, trying to predict the future. Come on now. Not everybody's good at that.
So what is if you give? What is your recipe for successful fantasy football teams? If you were going to give out a piece of advice that always does you well, what is it?
If you really want somebody, get them.
Yeah.
Don't wait for that snake. Don't think it's going to come back around to you. If he's available, yeah. If he's really good, you like him, and he's available, whatever round, take him. That works out for me. Because if you wait and you think it's going to come back around, never comes back around. Always going to get taken.
The pick you get after that is always the worst.
Worst. All right. It's the one you like, damn it. I thought he was going to come back.
I could get this and that.
You don't want that. You don't want that. So it's like if that person's there and he's on a draft radar, like people are going to get him, snatch him.
Yeah. I think winning fantasy is a combination of that and then really doing your homework on who are the upside players, the ones that are gonna, like next year, this year they're in the 4th round, or let's say the 7th round or 8th round, and next year those guys that all of a sudden are like 2nd round picks, 3rd round
exactly
picks. If you could predict those guys, that did me a lot of good.
Yes. Yeah. So usually it's always the later rounds. Later rounds is what you want to do your homework for.
Yeah,
and you definitely want to get them right. And still, those later rounds, if that person is a stud for that offense that you believe, you snatch them. Like, definitely, you just snatch them. Like tight ends, let's say Brock Bowers, right? Like, I think he's doing really well. There's a lot of good tight ends this year. Like, there's a lot. And before, it used to be like slim pickings when it came to tight ends. But this year, there's a lot of tight ends, and a lot of tight ends might actually be leaving in like the 2nd and 3rd round early, unless you get some people who like to really jump the gun and get them in the 1st round. But like, there's a lot of tight ends that's really, really good. Like Sam Laporte is really good.
Oh yeah,
and like there's a lot of studs. There's a lot of studs for tight ends. But now you get into the late rounds, and it's like 8, 9, 10. You need a backup. Brock Bowers should definitely. He might go earlier, of course. He should. But if he doesn't, that's somebody you should look for. Backup running backs. Like mine for Eric Gray. I think Eric Gray actually showed promise behind Devin Singletary. That's somebody you should definitely want to look in the late rounds. Those late rounds help out
a ton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you're in a keeper league, you're going to really look like a fucking genius.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, this guy drafted that guy. Now he's starting. Like, yeah, I drafted him in the 13th round, bro. Yeah, that's the best feeling.
Yeah, like the year that I think when Camaro was a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw people taking him like with the last overall pick, and I didn't know anything about him at that time. That what told me I need to pay more attention to those
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, you got to.
He killed it.
He killed it. He damn sure did. So, who's your GOAT football player of all time, JR?
Sweetness.
Of
Got to go with
course.
34.
Of course. Why did I even ask?
Right?
We had another debate, bro. Because I'm a Barry Sanders guy. So
he was nice, man. He was fun to watch.
yeah. Because like I said, these are the people who got me into sports. So I'm like, yo, I loved Barry Sanders as a kid. That was the person I was trying to emulate when I was as a kid playing football outside. He was juking everybody. So you're going to want to juke everybody too. You know?
No one does what he does anymore. Like,
no.
You don't ever see it. Like, I remember him running like 50 yards to get 2 yards. That's crazy shit like
yeah,
that.
you did.
From one end to the other. Yeah. No, you don't ever see shit like that no more.
Yeah, you. But now they got linemen chasing, like D linemen chasing down running backs. Did you see that highlight? The Giants and Texans game yesterday?
No,
the running back, he broke out. And our D lineman hawked him down, number 94. Okay,
no way.
So he's like, hawked him down and clipped him, caught his legs and stuff and tackled him. It wasn't like, that was crazy. Nobody would ever thought that. Like, these guys are hybrids now, man. These guys are like genetic freaks. Barry Sanders would have got wrapped up doing that back in the day.
It's nice seeing some positions kind of stepping it up. Like even thinking about, move that the Bears made with drafting a punter in the 4th round,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy to hear. But man, he's already pinning shit back, in preseason.
Yeah.
And something like that can really change the outcome of a game,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
For sure. So it's crazy. People ask me that, I'm like, who's your favorite football player of all time? And the thing is, I have so many that I liked that got me into it. It's hard to be like, oh, that's my favorite football player of all time. But if it's anybody, for me, it would have to be Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Prime time. I really, when I was a kid, that was my guy. Flashy, prime time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, it would be Deion.
Do you think that Patrick Mahomes has a place on that list?
On the Mount Rushmore? For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You see that behind? You see that?
That's ridiculous.
The
behind the back.
Oh man, that was
doing basketball. Basketball passes in the NFL. It's freaking nuts, man. Like this guy's just showboating.
That makes me excited for Caleb Williams though, because Caleb Williams was doing some stuff that was like Patrick Mahomes in college.
Yeah.
So can he continue to elevate his game in the NFL? I mean, we'll see. We get the first little leg right here, right?
Because there's a lot of young studs out there. CJ Stroud is the real deal.
Oh yeah,
this guy's not a fluke. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. Joe Burrow, Jay Smooth. He's Jay. What's that? Jay Cool. Joe Cool. I really like Joe Burrow. I think he's really good too when he's healthy.
He is good.
Yeah. There's a lot, bro. There's a lot of young ones, man. Josh Allen still, he doesn't really get the credit, but he's really good too. It's a lot. All right, so I won't try to hold you too long. What's your favorite sports movie of all time?
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a lot.
But I'm gonna go for the one that I know is my favorite one. It's kind of, I don't know if it's the right pick for it, but Waterboy.
That's a sports movie.
It is, man.
That is.
But if I was gonna pick up like one that was just a sports movie itself and not a comedy though, I gotta say it's like Friday Night Lights. So I
Right.
always love that movie.
Friday Night Lights is a good one. I like that one.
Uh,
All good ones, man.
from my
Classic is
childhood,
Waterboy. Waterboy's a classic. That's
teenager time though, I would say Varsity Blues.
Varsity
When I was a
Blues.
teenager,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that was one that hit, right?
Yeah. It was. Well, for me, because I could
Yeah,
watch this movie all the time. I don't care. They could put it on AMC. I'll watch all of them. The whole trilogy. So for me, it would have to be Rocky. Rocky's my favorite sports movie of all time. I love Rocky. All of them. All the Rocky movies. Like, I wish I could meet a person like Rocky in real life.
Right?
Like, he was just dope as fuck, man. Like, that was my guy, bro. I really like Rocky. All the Rocky movies.
Makes me want to rewatch it, man.
I know. They do. They're classics, man, and they don't get old. Like,
I think about football first,
Yeah, of course.
But that totally makes sense. Speaking of football movies, here I think a sleeper that people forget about because it's kind of coming back to my memory of how much I loved Any Given Sunday.
I knew you were going to say Any Given Sunday. I knew you were going to say Any Given Sunday.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, people getting their eye knocked out.
Yeah, getting shot on NFL field, opening scene, right?
Throwing up on the field. Willie beaming. Yeah, that was a classic. For me too, I like for football movies, it would be Longest Yard. That was funny. That was a good one. Longest Yard is a good one.
Rudy is another good one.
Rudy is definitely a good one.
Yeah. That's like the family feel good football movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the one with Denzel too. That was a good one. Why am I forgetting the name? Why am I forgetting the name, dude? Huh?
I'm missing it too.
I know, right? It's like I could see it. Remember the Titans. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Drew a blank there. I used to like Remember the Titans. Strong side. Classic. Heck yeah, bro. But yeah. I think that's all we got for you guys today. I would like to really thank JR for stopping by. I know he's a busy guy. Hopefully next time he stops by with some pizza.
You're right.
But
Detroit man. Some wood fire.
Yeah. Man, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
Our Detroit style pizza is a sleeper too, man. It's really good.
Nikki wants to go because she wants to try your gluten-free pizza. She said it looks good.
Yeah, it's really good actually. We get a special 00 flour from Italy, so it's pretty much soft and crunchy. It's good. Nothing like it in the gluten-free world.
Yeah.
Most of those are like cardboard. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll tell her that one for sure. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be over that way. We're definitely gonna get some pizza. Are you gonna do you do your fantasy at the pizzeria?
We're gonna be this time actually. Yeah.
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 That'd be dope.
On what's coming up? Labor Day, right?
Yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah. On Labor Day.
Tell the guys ain't nothing free over there.
Right? Oh no, not free. You can BYOB. I'll keep it cold for you.
I supply the ice. Yeah. Well, you heard it from him. Yo, please, guys, check out JR's restaurant, man. I know it's really, really good. Please check it out. Pizzeria Deville. It's in Libertyville, right?
Yep, right downtown Libertyville, across from Cook Park.
Yep. I might have more details and stuff in the link for this one. So, again, thanks, JR, for stopping through, bro. I really, really appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. It was
Bears.
great, man. It was great. Huh?
Go Bears.
Oh, yeah. Go Bears. Definitely not the Giants, but go Bears. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Peace.